Pat's Taps at Catfish Johnny's. Pat's Taps is Lake Penosofke's newest tap room, offering 14 rotating craft beers on tap. We also offer bottled domestic beers, seltzers, ciders, and wine, as well as a variety of appetizers and puff. Our family-friendly tap room is a great place to come hang out and enjoy some one-of-a-kind craft beer. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, or the Untapped app. All right, welcome back to another edition of the Goblay Show. I'm your host, Billy Goble, and today we have a special guest, like always. Our guest is a two-time national champion in NCAA women's softball at the University of Florida. And not only that, she's got a couple other goodies that we'll talk about later. But so without further ado, my guest today is Miss Aubree Munro. Aubree, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. We've been trying to get it on the calendar for a while, so I'm glad to be here. And then you think about, like, these are the pitchers I got to work with. I mean, there was probably, like, I think only one other girl who was not an All-American. Hannah Rogers, Lauren Hager, Delaney Gorley, Alicia Ocasio, and Kelly Barnhill.
Those are, I mean...
all multi-All-Americans.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, what? There are catchers who dream of catching one of them, and I'm like, I got them all.
Right.
They're like, I got to, like, just collect them.
I'm gonna put you on the spot again. Who threw the hardest? Was that Lauren?
Out of all of them, Lauren, for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Kelly would be up there. Kelly threw really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know, like miles per hour, I'm not sure, because I think Kelly threw a little bit of a heavier ball.
When you caught it, you're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be between her and Lauren. Kelly may have hit a higher miles per hour, like on occasion. But they both were power pitchers.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm still amazed by how you can throw the ball like that.
Thank you.
I don't know how you catch it, and I don't know how they throw it.
Yeah.
Because it's so quick,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how you hit it. I mean,
right.
Because I've seen colleges do where they'll have like football players versus softball players or baseball players versus softball, and they will make them look stupid. Like they're just like throwing it so fast, and they're like, like. So I mean, it's I don't know how I was telling somebody the other day, I forgot what podcast it was, but when you get up in the batter's box, you know this, you get up there and you're dealing with your peripheral vision now. It's not like it's different catching a ball when it's coming at you and you just go pa, versus you're turned to the side and now I've only got one eye that can, you're looking at. It seems so much harder, and that's exactly we were talking about. Barry Bonds and all these guys that could hit, and I'm like, I don't know how they could hit that like 100-mile, 100-mile fastball, like just going here and there, and you got to be like, you got the timing and everything. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's quite difficult.
Yeah. So I mean, you make it look really easy. By the way,
oh, thank you.
If you look at the highlights and stuff, I watched some of your videos of just of you just catching, and instead of there's one video where you don't really give a target, you just go pop, like you just it's like you grab, you stab it, and it's like I would be like, I hope it's going to be right here, because if I miss it, it's gonna
hurt. That's something, like when I was a kid, I caught a lot of people's like pitching lessons. I caught a ton when I was a coach's kid, so I was always at the field the whole time. I would be there early to catch pitchers, and then I would go catch them at their lessons. So I would say that ended up becoming like a strength of mine, is being able to see spin. And because no two curveballs are the same, in how they move, and spin should be similar, but they, everybody's different. And so I got really good at seeing spin, and that became something that like helped me really relax, because I could just trust where it was going to go.
Right. There's another thing you do well. It's when you're, I've seen this video where you have that knee slide.
Yeah. Throwing down to second on my knees.
That is awesome. That
That
is, it's
was the flashiest part of my game.
it's amazing. You should like you got to take full credit. Like that is like that's awesome. The way it
Yeah.
just you just I mean I can't do it right now, but you know what I mean. It's like you know what I'm talking about. I have to show a video
Mhm.
on it or whatever. But you have that knee slide, and it's like this power that comes with it, and it's like
Mhm.
did you learn that through that same situation where you were there early and you picked up on things, or did you teach your? I mean, who taught you that?
So Jen Schroeder, she's a catching coach out in California. She went to UCLA, and I started working. I went to her first ever catching camp,
Okay.
and she was doing lessons, and so I started doing lessons with her. She taught me how to do that,
Oh, that's
and
cool. Good job,
it
Jen.
right, I know. And because when I was growing up, people didn't do that. Like it was not common.
No.
I had to get a plan together because Coach Walton wanted me to. And so this was all kind of swirling at the same time. I start working with Jen, I get on SoCal Athletics, and then later that spring, I verbally commit to play for Florida.
All right.
And so through these conversations with Coach, she's like, I really want you to try to do this. And I was like, okay. So I start working on it, and my travel ball coaches were a little like, are you gonna be able to throw anybody out? Like this isn't about looking cool, which I totally agree with. Um, and so I got a plan together, and I told them in between innings, I'm gonna practice this, but in a real situation, I'm throwing for my feet because like we need the out. But I need
Right.
to practice on a field with a real pitcher, things like that. And they were like, okay. And I said, if I can't do this by the spring, like don't worry about it. I'm not gonna do it. But if I can, I need you to be okay with it. And so I had that conversation with them. They're like, all right. I had it like written down, like this is what we're gonna do. And I worked with Jen, and by nationals that next year, my junior year of high school, that's primarily what I did. And it became like what I was known for was throwing
Mhm.
people out.
Right.
So when I got to college, first year we played Tennessee, um, who I mean, they were a powerhouse this last year too, but like back it would have been the 2013 season, they were a powerhouse. And Ralph Weekly was the coach at the time, and he'd been watching me grow up, basically. He was recruiting some of my teammates and things like that in high school. And so coach put me in, I hadn't started. He puts me in after, and he goes, well, there goes my run game. And Coach Walton told me that, and I was like, okay. So I mean, that was my thing is I could
Yeah.
throw people out and I could
Right.
manage a defense. I could hold down defensively.
Right.
But yeah, that was to this day, that's like my biggest comment I get from that. And then they liked how I played, like that I was smiley when I
Yep.
played.
Yeah, that knee. I'm telling you, that knee slide is pretty
Yeah.
amazing. I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, oh wow, that's it's great, and it's. I was just wondering. I was curious to see how long it took you to do that, and you make it like I said, you make it look easy. I mean, but
hmm
that's again, that's from all the. I mean, you're talking about years of
Yeah. I
just do
mean,
repetition. I mean, it's
yeah, I'd say it probably took me 6 months
okay
to
to
get the
get
skill set down.
right, but then you repeatedly do it over and
Yeah.
over, and it's
And
like
then feeling more confident in any
right.
situation, doing it in games, like feeling that, then it becomes my reaction instead of
Yeah.
like trying it. And then from there, getting just quicker and quicker and quicker with it.
Did you ever use it to bait anybody? Like like you're like yeah, like
No,
yeah,
no,
like
but
you're like and then
no.
and
Well,
then
and
and
that's
they're
the
like
thing.
we're gonna run them, we're gonna send them, and you're like and they're like,
Yeah,
whoa, where'd that
no.
come from?
Coach Walton used to say that sometimes, or like my dad would say that. They're like, you should just lob one sometimes so
I
that
was
they
totally
can.
I was totally thinking the same thing.
Yeah, and I was like, no, that's annoying. But then I would get bored. I'm like, nobody's running anymore.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's
it's
the
like the
thing is
highest compliment I could get, but also it gets boring.
well, yeah, it's almost like it's your weapon, and you
hmm
know it's your little trick you know how to
Yeah,
do, and then when they learn that you can do that, it's not as fun anymore. You know,
yeah.
you're like oh well, we're
But
not
it
gonna
was
send
pretty fun
anybody
seeing a
else.
stat. Like, I mean, I think there was a year where it would have been my senior year. So me, Taylor Fuller, and Janelle Wheaton at that point were catching in a rotation. And I think there were only 25 attempts against our team the whole year.
Oh,
It was
wow.
something like a crazy low stat between the three of
Wow.
us. And like our percentage, I mean, was really high in throwing
Yeah.
people out. Which so from like a that perspective, like I took a lot of pride in that.
Yeah. You
And playing in
should.
the SEC is like, I mean, still, but that was like the rise of the SEC. And
Absolutely.
so it was like there's really talented players, really fast girls, and like I don't want even the fast girls running, you know?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
like I remember we were at Ole Miss my senior year and they had oh my gosh, what was her name? She was a little lefty slapper. She was so fast. And you knew, like, if she gets on base, she's gonna steal. Like, she
Right.
will. At some point in this at bat, she will steal.
Yeah.
And I threw her out. And then, like, later in the game or the next day, I picked her off or something. And it was, his name was Mike something, the Ole Miss coach at the time. He, um, he goes, well, guess we're not running anymore. And he would say that. And it's like, but so, like, when you think about it, like, from a strategy standpoint, you
Yeah.
know, like, this is how I had to really think about catching because so much of catching is intangible. You know, our only stat line really is whether or not we can throw people out.
Right.
Everything else is negative, like pass balls, things like that. It's like
Right.
against you. Um, and so it like catching for me has always been this like game within the game because you have to figure out like what's my win? How do
Right.
I do this? And it's not the only thing in the game like that, but with my experience, it was like how does me shutting down the run game affect the feel, the pulse of the game. And so
Yeah.
when you go up against a team like Ole Miss always was like scrappy and fast.
Right.
And Tennessee always had fast girls. Like that was kind of their team culture dynamic. Whereas like Alabama has usually a mix, but like definitely heavy on the power side. And
Right.
so there's these teams because of the coaches that have these specific styles of play, typical recruits, things like that. And if I could go up into a weekend against Ole Miss where like
Mhm.
this is their game
Yeah.
and I totally shut that game down, I mean, I just put so much in our favor. And that's not going to show up in a stat line. That's not going to show. And I don't mean that just as me. I just mean as a catcher in general.
Right.
Like that's what I want kids to understand because it's really easy to just be like, man, I'm just back here. Everybody yells at me. Everything's my fault. And like pitchers get all the glory. You know, it's so easy to get in that mindset, but it's like, no, no, what you do can change the game
Oh, yeah.
in a way that
Absolutely.
doesn't show up on paper.
I've always said the catcher is the captain of the
Mhm.
it's Major League Baseball, it's
Yep.
softball, it's whatever. The cap or the catcher controls the tempo of the game.
Yep.
I mean, if you're calling the pitches and you know this athlete that you're pitching against is likes to swing inside or likes to outside
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
likes to, what a high, low, whatever.
Hmm.
You know that, and I'm sure you did a lot of studying of
Hmm.
and if you didn't, you learn real quick. Okay, not to throw that there again, or
Hmm.
just by chance.
Right.
So a lot of people, catchers don't get credit.
They
But
don't. But
I
my mom
always
told
say
me
that.
when I was 8, she goes, if you want a pat on the back, you need to pick another position. It's like, okay, mom. She was a pitcher, so she got it.
She went to college for it?
No, she never played in college, but
Oh,
she was a
wow.
pitcher growing up. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool though.
Hmm.
And that's the thing is, it it's like being a stuntman.
Hmm.
You never get the glory, but
Right.
without your help, there's no movie. Um,
Totally. That's a
uh,
good point.
I coach 12U football. We have a organization around here, and we're the
Hmm.
Wolfpack. And I told our kids the other day, I said, I'm the defensive line coach, and I said, look, you're not going to make every play. We've got other guys that are going to make plays,
Hmm.
but your job helps them make plays. Sometimes you'll
Totally.
make a play, but sometimes you're going to be that guy that just plugs a hole and makes sure
Yep.
that nobody can go in this area and they bounce out, they get tackled.
Hmm.
You should get credit, but you won't, and that's okay.
Right. Yeah.
But you have to accept that you can't make every play.
Totally.
So I said you have to understand that it's not about it's about the win as a team. It's
Exactly.
not the you got I had 5 tackles or
Mm-hmm.
4 solo tackles or whatever. And it
Right.
was all about me. If I hadn't have been there, wouldn't be, we wouldn't have won. It's
Right.
a collective group, So
Totally.
I always put that in perspective with a lot of people. It's easy. The flashy players, I going back to like just say like in that same scenario, what if you lost? They don't blame the
Mm-hmm.
D line. They always blame like
Yeah. Oh, totally.
they blame the guy who didn't make the tackle. So I'm
Yeah.
like, which one do you want to be? You want a guy you want to
Exactly.
help the guy make the tackle, or you want to make it where he can't make the tackle? I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty simple, but
Yeah.
that's just the way it goes.
It's
And
true.
and I've learned that sometimes, you know, there are some people that don't want the credit. There's
Mm-hmm.
guys and gals who athletes that play and they don't want they don't want to acknowledge it. And then there's some that are like, shine the light on me. I'm ready.
Right.
I mean, it's just that's
Yeah.
just the way they are. That's who they
Totally.
are. Right.
Totally.
Did you play with anybody at UF that was? I mean, and I'm not trying to single out anybody, but that was like I said, you guys are very competitive.
Oh,
But
yeah.
was there somebody that was like, hey, look, like how like Deion Sanders, like
Right.
look, like there should be a
You know
spotlight out
what?
of nowhere.
Yeah, that wasn't our culture, really. I
Yeah,
mean, we had big personalities, like Lauren Hager was a big personality and a high performer and would come up with these big hits that, we're like, that's just exciting,
right.
Or like Kelsey Stewart, again, high performer, very charismatic, very like entertaining player. Oh my gosh, Kelsey Stewart, the way she knows the game, her abilities is just out of this world. Like she's one of the most savvy softball players I have ever played with. And I got
Right.
her we were together from freshman year all the way through the Olympics. So I have been with Kelsey for over a decade. And like, so we had big personalities that like competed with a big personality, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like it almost helped them be their best. Um, Amanda Lorenz is probably another one. She was a freshman my senior year. Another one who very confident, could back it up, like so would just do things that were cool,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? Like and so yeah, and then but I would say our culture was very team family oriented.
Right.
Yeah, nobody was above the team, but
Good.
I think there's just also like there's a natural element of like Lauren's gonna do more press conferences because she's a 4-year starter. She's performing at a high level.
Right.
So some of that stuff is just natural. Like
Yeah.
you have a great year, you're going to be in the press, you're going to be in those meetings a little bit more, you're going to be getting more hype, especially now with
Yeah.
social media the way it is. Like you want to be in there, be better. Like,
That's true. I mean, if you want to get interviewed, do something good. I mean, that's
yeah, do
it's pretty
something worth
simple.
talking about.
Kirsty talks about her first interview and how
Oh no.
she was she really didn't know what to do, and it was like
Yeah.
I don't know, like not I don't know what to do with my hands, but it's
Right,
like that
right.
moment where
For
you're like
sure.
and she said I forgot how she put it, but she was like, we be something, and I'm like, do you remember that?
Oh, her country would come out sometimes in like the funniest times.
I
I
cannot
mean,
remember.
again,
It's been
being from
some
California, like no disrespect, but when I first met her, she'd be like, "Yeah, we go to the McDonald's," and I'm like, "The what?" Like, and
see,
just
I
like funny stuff. And like Taylor Fuller was super country too. Like, so it was just we
yeah.
had quite the mix. And we were never short on laughter. That's
Oh,
for sure.
I remember she said I was feeling myself.
Yes. Oh, she
And
absolutely.
yeah,
I do remember that.
and she was like,
No, she probably came back to the bus in the locker room and like, you guys, this is what I just said. This is so stupid.
yeah. Oh,
No,
Kirsty, she's so funny.
Baby Kirsty is one of my favorites. Gosh, that we had some funny times.
Yeah, she told me she's like after that they had etiquette classes about how to speak in public, like on a being interviewed or something like that.
We did have some social media training after. I don't think it was not just her though. I can
Yeah,
promise you
Chris
that.
is like just a matter of fact. The next day or next week, next thing you know, we got this training about how to speak in public, and it's
Yeah.
like
Oh
what?
yeah. No, it
Um,
was We had quite a few things like that. But she was
Yeah.
not the only one. Man. Yeah, Chris and I lived together for 4 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? Oh,
sophomore year
wow.
on, and we both were there for a fifth year.
Yeah, she's
Um,
great. She's
she's the
awesome.
best. We had so
Um,
much fun.
you guys were kind of like I mean, like if you see, um, there's a clip, there's a video. I'll never forget. I always like I think I have a photographic memory. I
Hmm.
say I do, and I just remember these clips and stuff, and
Yeah.
they might not always be right because I'm thinking one thing and it was completely something
Oh,
else.
I gotcha.
But there's a video of you guys after you win the championship, and
Hmm.
you're just like, you look like seriously, you look like mom with the girls,
Oh,
and you're
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
and you just I don't remember
Which is me. That's
which
me.
championship it was, but you were just like, these are my girls, and I'm
Yeah.
in like this is the best day of my life,
Yeah.
and it
That's
was
me.
such a great moment.
I am mother hen, like that's me. It was like that in college,
Yeah,
and it's like that now in my job, like working with teenagers. Like it's totally me, and I'm tall, so like I'm always like, come
yeah,
with
but
me.
you have this like
Yeah.
you're at peace, like you are like
Yeah.
people could like take a screenshot of that and
Hmm.
show you what real like peace and like at the in the
Hmm.
moment that this is the time, because it's like
Yeah.
you have this like almost like you're watching, like you see the Disney World commercials where they just look
Yeah.
at it and they're just and
Oh, yeah.
you just had this
Well, because you're,
fond like glare on your face, and it's just
yeah,
like it's genuine, like you're like you're soaking in the moment. It's such a great thing,
absolutely.
such
Because
a great
I
thing.
mean, for me, again, I chose Florida because I wanted to win a national championship. Like, I know, like, Kirsty and Taylor did too, but like, they're Florida girls,
Yeah,
like, it's, it's a cool thing to be at Florida and like to be a part of that. And like, there, whether that's like family related, like legacy stuff, or just
right.
that you grew up a fan. Like, I was not Florida, I knew nothing about Florida.
Yeah,
I was like so hyper focused on winning a natty. And so it's like all of those feelings, but it's because like I was literally living in a dream. Like
yep.
I dreamt of this as a little girl. And so like same with the Olympics. I dreamed of playing in the Olympics when I was 10 years old after watching Team USA play for the first time. And so it is not lost on me that like not everybody gets to do that. And I've been able to do it over and over and over again. Which is just a total, I mean, I have chills just thinking about it because that's not everybody's experience. And I know, like, I worked hard, I took advantage of opportunities, like, but some of this is like what? Like, I mean, I was brave enough to dream
Yeah,
big, and I think that's a stumbling block for a lot of people is like whether or not they're willing to be brave enough to even dream about it, let
right.
alone take the steps to get there. But a lot of this was, I was on special teams at the right time and built the right relationships
Yeah,
and the relationships really are what make it so sweet. Honestly, like
that is
it
true.
made my softball experiences so rich because of the people I got to do it with.
Right. And that also helped you like in your work ethic and stuff.
Yeah.
You surround yourself by a group of girls that
Hmm.
were really talented to begin with, and I mean it didn't seem like you had to do it all by yourself. Does that make
Never.
sense? So
Yeah.
you were with this collective group of girls that were very talented,
Hmm.
and I've always heard something. How's it go? It says uh, a dream without a
Oh,
plan is a
yeah.
wish, or something
Yes.
like that.
Yes. Yeah, no, I think that's right.
So that's exactly what you did. You just said you had this plan that you put into works, and you established yourself as this player that you
Hmm.
wanted to be. And I think, now don't get me, I'm not trying to be like this sentimental, like make sure your dreams come true, but
Yeah, yeah, no, I get it.
it really does have a lot to do with that. If you
Hmm.
set a goal, that's a goal. I'm sorry, a goal
Yeah.
without a plan is a wish or a dream.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it is. If you
Hmm.
have this goal that you want to do, and this is what you this is what you've been waiting for your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not everybody gets that chance, or
Right.
sometimes the moment comes
Mm-hmm.
and that other team's just better. It just
Totally.
wasn't meant to be. But
Yep.
it doesn't mean that you couldn't go. It was more or less about the journey. You know what I'm saying? Does
Absolutely.
that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
and even if you don't get your way,
Mm-hmm.
um, it was still something that you'll never forget.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to remember that's what you wanted to do in the first place. So you still
Exactly.
accomplished what you did. You
Mm-hmm.
may not have seen the results you wanted,
Yep.
but it was what you were doing to begin with. I mean,
Right. Yes,
I,
absolutely.
so I think that has a big factor on hard
Mm-hmm.
work. It pays off.
Yeah.
You got a great group of talented people around you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always heard if to be successful, you want to surround yourself with talented people or the best group of people,
Yeah.
because eventually you will feed off each other, and you will
Mm-hmm.
you want to be you
Yeah.
know uh, you'll say things that they say, and they're positive things. They're not. Nobody wants to do the negative things.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't ever want to pick up somebody else's bad habits, but they're
Right.
good habits. You don't
Yeah.
mind doing that.
That's what it was at Florida. Like we were a talk about it, be about it team. Like we talked about winning a national championship. That was the culture.
Right.
I never went into a game at Florida thinking we were going to lose.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that that was unique because I learned how to win. I learned that on any given day,
Yeah.
like we work harder than anybody. And like everybody kind of feels that way. Like everybody says, we work harder than anybody because you only know how hard you work.
Right.
But we knew we worked pretty dang hard.
Right.
And so it was like when I was in high school, I learned how to win. I learned how to go into a game thinking, oh yeah, no, we're better.
Yeah.
And walking into it that way. Even knowing like in high school, even there's organizations that are just as good, if not better, but like, I don't care. I pick us, you know?
Right.
And
Right.
then going to Florida, taking that with me, and then being surrounded by that level of greatness that works hard at an in like intense level every single day. And so it was even when I got on USA, I remember talking to people. I was like, yeah, I never went into a game thinking I was going to lose at Florida. And they were like, huh? I'm
Yeah.
like, you guys were at high performing programs too, and you guys didn't think you were going to win every game you set foot on the field? And they're like, no, there were games that we were like, I'm like, look, we would go up against Alabama and be like, this is going to be a dogfight.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
lost games to great teams. We lost games in against teams that we should have beat. Like,
Yeah.
it's not about being perfect, but the mentality of being like, I pick us every day because I know how hard we work and I know how talented we are and I know how gritty we are. And so, like,
Absolutely.
I don't care what you have to say. We can win on any day.
Right. And
And
when
we
you're
talked like that every
right,
day.
right, and when you speak things out, and you do, like, if you say you're like, hey, look, we're just as good as these guys, or these
Yeah.
people, or
Hmm.
this team, then everybody buys into the system,
Hmm.
and they start to realize, yes, you are right, we are better
Yes.
than these. But when you have that initial fear where you're like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we're going to do very good today, or
Hmm.
whatever, and it happens in anything you do.
Yep.
It's just fear. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is. The unknown. You're not, just like, going to a different place you've never been to,
Hmm.
taking those steps. It ends up being for the better because you did it, but you got to do it.
Hmm.
Don't be saying what if. That's one of those things that a lot of people regret in their life is they go, well, I should have, could have, would have done it.
Exactly.
All those things, and to have that mentality of, I am the best person out here. There's nothing wrong with that. There's
No.
absolutely nothing wrong with that. I
Yeah.
think you should always think that,
Hmm.
because, and I don't mean I think I'm better than someone in life. Like, I
Right.
have,
Right.
I think I'm better than Aubree because I got this going for me and all this
Right.
and whatever. That's not what I mean. To mentally have that mindset of,
It's
look,
an edge.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And sometimes, Urban Meyer is the biggest, like, influence on that psychological.
Oh my
You can
gosh.
get people to do, if you can get people to buy into what you
Hmm.
want. I mean, there's good and bad with that.
Totally.
I mean, there's negative things like a cold, whatever.
Absolutely. No, you're so right.
But there are also positive things where people can use that and go, I mean, teachers do it every day. How many kids, I'm sure you experienced that with your youth. It's like you get somebody that's like, I don't know if I'm good enough.
Right.
Because they're at that age where they don't know themselves yet.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
So you have somebody that says that and you're like, no. Seriously, like you don't know your self-worth. Like you have no idea. And you may not know right now, but you're going to get it sometime.
Yeah.
Looking for custom apparel that stands out? Welcome to the Stitching Heifers, Bushnell's premier embroidery and custom apparel shop. From custom hats, t-shirts and jackets to unique gifts and business branding, we specialize in high quality, personalized apparel that reflects your style and vision. Step into our exclusive hat bar and design your one-of-a-kind custom hat, perfect for personal flair or promoting your brand. At the Stitching Heifers, we're committed to bringing your ideas to life with exceptional service and attention to detail. Whether it's for you, your business, or a thoughtful gift, we're your trusted partner for all things custom in the heart of Sumter County. Stop by today or visit us online to get started. The Stitching Heifers, custom style, local heart. When it comes to building in Sumter County, experience matters. From remodels, barns, additions, and accessory buildings to creating the custom home of your dreams, our Hogan Construction delivers quality you can trust. Russell is hands-on and on-site daily, going above and beyond to ensure the project isn't just completed, but crafted to perfection. He doesn't just meet expectations, he exceeds them. For a builder who puts integrity and craftsmanship first, call R. Hogan Construction today at 352-793-7660. Russell Hogan Construction. Built on tradition, built to last. Catfish Johnny's Restaurant, serving the Lake Pennsauken and surrounding areas since 1990. For the last 33 years, we have strived to serve great food at great prices and a friendly, casual atmosphere. If seafood isn't your thing, our burgers or wings are the best around. We have daily specials too. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram for more information. Duto Realty is a homegrown business with an eye for getting the job done right. From football games to Sunday school and everything in between, these ladies care about our community and the people in it, helping buyers and sellers in all of Florida with all types of transactions, including residential, commercial, farm, or vacant land. They do it all. They even offer auction services and sellouts to always get the job done right. Promotional consideration paid for by the following: Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck, the delicious mobile coffee truck that brings you the caffeination inspiration you need. We deliver signature coffee products like our Nitro Cold Brew and Caramel Frappe to any occasion or festivity. And for those who don't like coffee, we offer a variety of delicious hot chocolates, energy drinks, lemonades, and teas. That's Travelin' Tom's Coffee Truck. Whether your water is supplied by a public municipality or a private well, for residential or commercial use, Purified Water Services LLC has the solutions to provide you with simply clean water. We offer a complete line of professional water filtration equipment and accessories. Soft water makes a difference you can see and feel. Water heater and appliances last longer with less maintenance. Iron and H2S filters eliminate iron stains and offensive rotten egg odors and protects your water softener equipment from iron fouling. No matter what your problem is, Purified Water Services LLC has a solution. Contact Kenny Williams at 352-446-2709. Promotional consideration paid for by the following: Webster Ace Hardware and Farm Supply are generous sponsors for today's podcast. They have been a family-owned business for 27 years. This helpful hardware store sells items such as archery, Ariat clothing and boots, Wrangler jeans, case knives, Hammond's candies, and live fishing gear. They also have a full selection of hardware, RV supply, propane, Ben Moore, Royal & Clark, and Kingston paints. You need a barn or fencing job done? Custom barn kits and roofing metal are provided at your local Ace Hardware store. What about a new grill for the yard? Traeger, Big Green Egg, Weber, and Blackstone are found here, along with all the accessories to go with it. Stock up your workshop with DeWalt, Milwaukee, or Craftsman tools. They got you covered. Remember to go to ace.com to shop their entire line to have items shipped directly to the store. But like I said, there's no reason to have that like where that's a bad thing. Like,
right.
Hey, I mean, now if you walked in and you're like, listen, I'm better than everybody in this room. That's not what I'm saying. Like, you still have to have that team mentality.
Mm-hmm.
But it helps to have that when you get up there to the bat and you're like, oh, I'm not striking out.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you go, I'm gonna strike out.
You're toast before it even starts.
I struck out. Yeah. Well, no wonder you had that in your head already that you were gonna fail.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, but your coach, I have heard from Kersey too. He is a perfectionist, and but that's what makes him so great, though.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? I mean, like I said, you told me earlier he's a great friend and mentor and coach. But what's something that somebody doesn't know about him?
Something they don't know about Coach Walton.
They look at him. I mean, you don't have to get like crazy, but I'm saying
no, you're good.
Like
no,
I don't want him to call me up.
Right, I know. Seriously, no, he's trying to think of something.
He looks like a nice guy, is what I'm saying. Like,
no, he is. He cares about his people. He's very he's very loyal. He cares about his people. Yeah, but I mean, there are plenty of days. This is like the thing when you think about like family, and I think this is the mark of a good coach who lets you know that he cares. Right. But there were plenty of days that I did not like Coach Walton because I'm like, he is all over me about stuff. And whether it was, it's so personal when you're there and it's really not, but like, you're having a bad day for what, like maybe I'm tired. I was studying and then I go to the field and I just feel like I can't do anything wrong. Like there's so many factors when you're in college, like good grief, there's something new every day.
Oh yeah.
But there were plenty of days where I would have said like, I don't even like coach today. But I could do that and because he was tough, or I could say like, why would he say that to me like that? Like that's like not the cool way to say that. But he was always honest with me.
Right.
And that is something I always really valued. It was that he was always honest with me. If I had a question, he was going to be direct. He was not going to like string me along, dangle a carrot. Like it was, okay, this is where you stand. And this is, and honest with me. Like sometimes that was hard to hear. Yeah. But I learned that like, if I want to know, if I want to get better, I want honesty. And so that's something that I take into my real life now. At the time being in my like early 20s, it's like harder, but now I'm like, gosh, how much better did I get because he was willing to be honest?
Yeah.
And then something fun, like I feel like I learned how to celebrate moments there. His coach is fun. He is a work hard, play hard kind of guy in terms of like we brought a dunk tank out during postseason one time and he sat on the thing and we got to dunk him. He would take us to laser tag. He would take us go-karting in postseason because we're working really hard. And so let's go do a fun team day. And, like he would have us over to his house like once a year. And I think he does it more now. But back then, like at least once a year, most of the time twice, like his family was always around, his wife and his kids, like, which for me was actually a really big comfort because I'm one of five. And so I remember being in my dorm being like, I don't know what to do with this kind of quiet.
Yeah.
And so his kids growing up when they were younger, I mean, gosh, they were like elementary and middle school when I was there. And so like having kids around all the time was comforting to me. But yeah, I feel like I learned how to celebrate moments and like really take them for what they are. Because he would say to us, like, enjoy this because you never know if there's going to be another one. Like winning is an expectation here at Florida, but like the big wins, the SEC, the national championship, the big thing, there's no guarantee that you ever do it again. Even at a school like Florida where the expectation is winning. Because it's hard to win. Like that's the other thing. You go to a school like this and winning is the expectation, but it's hard to do it at that level. And I mean, we won 2 national, like that's crazy. At the time, you're in this little vacuum. You're like, this is all I know. This is all I care about. This is all I want to do.
Right.
But now I'm like, that is so hard. And then you look at a school like Oklahoma, what they have done. crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that is not normal.
Right.
And people want to act like, oh, it's no big deal. Like they're just good. I'm like, no, yes, they recruit well. Yes, they train hard, but like the amount of things that have to go right
Right.
are, I mean, it just compounds to like crazy odds. And so it's Coach did a really good job of like teaching us to celebrate well.
You can tell by the just his success that
Mhm.
he's the right guy for the job.
Yeah.
He has that he has the understanding of his players. Obviously, he knows what good players look like,
Hmm.
um, and it shows. I mean, he has all the accolades for that. But I mean, I just I talked to Kirsty about him, and he just seems like one of those guys that like he would tell you straight up, like but
Yeah.
that's not a bad thing. I mean,
No, it's not.
it's I think that's what our kids need a lot more. A
Yeah.
lot of a lot of people are like, well, our kids need more than that, and I say, well, yeah, you're absolutely right, but there's a spot, there's a thing that people are missing now, and it's a lot
Yeah.
of communication,
Accountability and
accountability, communication, and approval.
yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
got you got this little device in your
Hmm.
face the whole time, and that's where we get our approval,
Yeah.
or what we get. That's who that's our life.
Yeah.
And or most people's lives. The younger generation, that's all I know.
Hmm.
My niece came to my house the other day, and she had an iPad and a phone,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, what? Like that was I was like I insulted her
Right.
like what do you mean? I'm watching two different things.
Right,
Like
right. You're like, are
you
you
can't
though?
right. I'm like you can't pay attention to two different things.
Hmm.
It's you're not either you're watching this or you're not. I mean it's not that
Hmm.
big a deal. But um, Kirsty was talking about how he would do these what did he call them or she called them like situations during the game because I mentioned this one
Yes.
highlight where she caught it over the wall and came back down and threw the girl out at first
Yep.
like got the double play. And she's like, yeah, we practice that. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah.
Like how do you practice that? And she's like, yeah, he would do game situation things. Did
Every day. That was a
every
part of their
day.
everyday routine. The
Wow.
outfielders' everyday routine was to practice balls over the wall.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like, so you think about, I mean, and that kind of goes into, it's a little bit about like celebrating.
Uh-huh.
Like he would think of like the special play. It was like, we're going to train, we're going to be so good at the
Right.
stuff that you're expected to do well
Right.
that like, but we're going to double down and we're going to actually do the special plays as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, outfielders, that's their everyday routine. It's in their everyday routine that they work on. It might be five balls over the wall with a partner and then
Right.
once a week doing it off a bat or doing it a
Right.
little more extreme, but it was every day to get familiar with the wall, to work on jumping, to work on how you're going to reach for it, like every single day.
Yep. And those little things that you learn every single day at practice, they don't seem beneficial at the time, but then in game
Right.
situations where that happened with Kirsty,
Happens
she was
one
like,
time.
uh, this seems like deja vu. Like we've done
Yeah.
this before.
Oh, and Christy
And
ends up on Sports Center. You're
yeah.
like,
And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
she was on Sports Center at least three times in 4 years. At least three times.
Aubree, I would have nominated you for top 10 plays. That the one
I
I
was
got
on
this
Sports Center. I think I got it on. I think I got on twice actually.
well, if you hadn't, I was going to say there's one play where you make this catch behind you, and
Oh,
I can't remember what game it is, but it's just a little tip, and you make this athletic
oh, I know
play.
which one you're talking about, I think.
Yes, it's one of my favorite plays. Like I
I
usually
think we were
tag
playing
somebody with
Auburn.
it might have been that sounds
I
feasible,
think we
but
were, we were at home, but I think it was against Auburn and it was quick.
it was, and I'm like, what just happened?
Wow, I haven't
Like,
thought about that one in a while. Man,
yeah.
that was
So
nice.
see, there. I mean, but I always try to distinguish somebody with like a highlight or something they've done that
Yeah.
that kind of and I'll never forget that one play. Like, um, we came to UF one time. We've been there a couple times, but I took my dad. My dad had just suffered a massive heart attack, and he had
Oh,
open
wow.
heart surgery. And so this was after all the surgery and everything. You know, it's I think his surgery was in March, and so this was in April. It was actually I think it was senior day.
Mm.
Your
Was
senior
it
day.
our senior day?
Yeah, your senior day.
Oh, wow.
So
Arkansas.
we're there. Yes, it was Arkansas,
Hmm.
and Kirsty hits a home run, and
Yeah.
it's her last home run that she ever hit. And I thought that was so cool. But
Yeah.
my dad, because he like thought of her as like another daughter,
Hmm.
and you can hear my dad. I'm videoing it on my phone, and my dad goes, "Yeah, baby."
Aw, that's
Like
so
just like
sweet.
it was one of the coolest moments. But
Yeah.
because you know you go to a game, and how many times have you actually caught somebody hitting a home run? You know, like
Totally. Yeah.
because you're not paying attention or whatever. But it was one of the coolest moments.
That's
I'll
so
say it was
cool.
really cool. But like I said, I think all the girls that year or the year after, you know, they had, you know, the special plays, or there was something
Hmm.
that was very special about them. But that one play you had where you caught that ball, I was like, oh my gosh, that's
I
I've
have
never
not thought
seen.
about that one in a long time. That
Yes,
was,
if
yeah.
anybody ever needs someone like, hey, do you know, like that should be like your resume for like if you ever go get a job anywhere else, you're like,
Right.
so what are your qualifications? You're like, hold on a second, yeah, you just play it on your phone,
So
and
funny.
it shows you catching the
Yeah.
ball. I mean, that is phenomenal.
No, that
Something
was a
on
fun one.
something I'll never forget. That was awesome.
Super
But
cool. Thank you.
you could hit home runs too. I mean, you weren't
I
like a
had eight. It's a number that you don't forget because there were so few, but I had
listen.
eight in 4 years.
You hit more than I did. So
Actually,
I
I
would.
just had eight in 3 years because I didn't hit any my freshman year.
Oh yeah. Well, you were in a slump. You
Yeah.
said so. It makes sense. I
Oh
mean,
yeah. No,
it
I
was a
had no
tough year.
business. I
That
had
is a
no
trans.
business that year.
That's your transition period. That's,
Yeah,
you know, you're going from West Coast to East Coast. You gotta. It took a little
totally.
time to get
It's
used
the
to it.
air.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I get that. So you move on from two national championships and an SEC championship. No,
Hmm.
two. I'm sorry, two SEC championships. Three. I am so
Yeah.
sorry. Look at me
No,
being
don't worry
all
about
like.
it. No, don't
Um.
worry about it.
So you move on from Florida,
Hmm.
and you get drafted, right?
Yeah, I got drafted and I got my invite to Team USA December of
Okay.
my senior year.
Okay. And that was when let's see, I've got down here because I did write a few notes.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, was that when you were in Surrey, or so? As that was
Yeah,
that
Surrey, Canada was
British Columbia?
2016. So my first summer with USA right after
Okay,
my time at Florida. Hmm.
so you got a gold medal there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then you then like not too long after that that's when you went over to Japan, won another gold medal.
Yeah. Yeah. So
2018.
2016 and 2018 were world championship years.
Yep.
And in 2018 is when we qualified for the Olympics.
Okay.
We got voted in 2016. So going into that summer, we didn't know if we were going to be in the Olympics in 2020. It was
Oh,
voted on
okay.
in the middle of the summer.
Gotcha.
Um, which was crazy. Like just timing wise, like to know, okay, this could happen
Yeah.
because it had been taken out of the Olympics prior to that. So,
Right.
um, just really exciting and finding myself into Team USA was my dream and it seemed really far off. Like I just didn't seem like the type of player that they were looking for a
Right.
long time. And then I got my shot and say like again, I find myself catching in the championship game and just assimilating and becoming a part of the core of that team um was cool.
Yeah.
Like my first summer I had nothing to lose and I was kind of like regardless, I mean I got to play for Team USA for a summer. If this is all I get,
Yeah.
I got to live out my dream.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm what they're looking for long term. I don't know if I'm even going to want to be playing in 4 years.
Right.
Um, and I just kept like getting my shot and making the team and getting my shot and make because we try out every year.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, qualified in 2018 and 2019 we won gold at Pan American Games down in Peru.
Hmm.
That was a very cool experience because kind of like a mini Olympics with just North and South America. Kirsty was on
Okay.
that team. Um, yeah, Kirsty was with us in 18 and 19, I think, which was just fun. Like
Yeah.
getting, because we lived together, we were best friends. And so we were like
Right.
getting to travel the world together and do this new thing was cool.
That's so cool.
And then let's see, 2020 or 2019, we had tryouts for the Olympic team in October, and I made the team. Bawled
Gotcha.
my ever-loving eyes out. Like I called my mom and just sobbed. Called my sister because they've been on the journey with me since I was a kid.
Did your mom think something was wrong? Like, oh my gosh, what's
No.
wrong?
No,
Okay.
they knew the list was gonna come out. So they
Okay,
were like
good.
waiting for my call and
I
I'm like crying, like, I made the team, like
I love it. I
sobbing.
love it.
Um, and then we're supposed to start our tour in January and we start and COVID happens. We got sent home the same day that the NBA got shut down.
Wow.
Um, without knowing, again, it was all like 2 weeks to stop the curve or whatever it
Yeah,
was, that whole
exactly.
tagline. Um, and then we got postponed. And so then we were basically on our own, trained on our
Gotcha.
own the whole year, as best you could with like most of the world shut down. And then, got back together. I think it was February of 2021, and
Mhm.
we were basically on a 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off schedule, loosely. We didn't have our coaches with us most of the year, because they were all college coaches. So they would, like Coach Erickson, who was the head coach, would come out for a few days here and there. Everyone was just kind of doing their best,
Right.
but it was hard. And yeah, it was weird because like it's bittersweet for me, if I'm honest.
Right.
What I tell people usually is it was a dream come true because I dreamed of playing the Olympics and I got to live out that dream. But it was nothing like I dreamed because of COVID. So
Right.
like family couldn't be there,
Right.
no fans, just like we couldn't go to other events. So like the Olympic experience was like
Itself.
not a
Right.
thing.
Right.
But competing was awesome and we just built a really good culture on our team because we were all we had. So
Right.
we were
And
really, really close.
and you were the only ones that you could stay with and be
Yeah.
around and yeah.
Yeah. So we took silver and in the moment, that sucks, if I'm honest. Like
Right.
that's a weird thing to say for people because they're like, well, you're an Olympic silver medalist. That's amazing. But in a team sport, like it's not a race
Yeah.
where like technically when you get second, you did lose, but like it's more of like a making podium feeling in
Right.
individual like race scenarios or even gymnastics. Like you're trying to make the podium, and obviously
Right.
there is a winner with the best score. And so
Hmm.
again, not trying to downplay the competitor who gets silver in that. It's just a different feeling
It is.
because bronze won to make podium. Gold
Yeah.
won, silver lost.
Yeah. Silver, you're that middle child.
Yeah. And so as a competitor, like that doesn't get easier just because you're on the podium.
Yeah.
And honestly, the turnaround, the medal ceremony is within 30 minutes of the game, basically.
Mhm.
Like that's not enough time to be
No.
like, oh, I'm really proud of myself. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
now I look back and I look at my medal and I'm so proud and I'm so honored to have had, I mean, I was honored the whole time, but like I look at it now and I'm really proud of my team and myself and all the work that went into it. But in the moment, it's so bittersweet because you don't want to miss the moment. You're like,
Right.
well, this is the Olympics. I'm never going to be back here again. Like, I want to take it all in. But as a competitor, you're like, we just lost. This is the worst.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and they walked us right by those gold medals. It was
Uh,
terrible.
yeah. That I understand because like, going back to it's not the same caliber.
No,
Trust me.
competing is competing though.
But our 12U
Yeah, yeah,
every other year we went like we've won two district championships
yeah.
and we're the first ones to ever do it in the entire thing,
That's great.
which is great. So the first year we won it, it was great. We won, made the playoffs. I think we played two games. We played two games, lost the second game.
Hmm.
Next year, uh, went to the district championship again, and we lost.
Hmm.
And
It
just
hurts.
just to have like that trophy that they get, and then the one we get, we're like, all right, everybody in the parking
Yeah,
lot, let's go.
literally. You're like, that's the one
I
I
mean,
wanted.
don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not proud of our kids.
No.
We played a great game, but I know exactly how you feel because you see
Hmm.
that trophy, and then last year, we won the big trophy again. We won the district championship. So we've got
Mm-hmm.
two. That second one was even better. Not as bet like I guess you could say not as good as the first.
Yeah.
Like the first, like your first champion, your first natty
Totally.
is going to be more special than
Yeah. Yeah.
than so
Totally.
it's more special, and then you always feel that way, and then the second time you're like, okay, it is what it is, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
so I know exactly how you feel, even though
Mm-hmm.
that's like the
No, that's but competing is competing, like
yeah
the
no,
sting
and
of a
I
loss.
get it, but our kids, man, it just kills me. I think that's what tore me up
Yeah.
the most when we would lose that, or we would like last year we went to let's see, we went too deep again in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't get over that hump.
Yeah.
But that second time we lost in the playoffs, I was like, look, this killed me more than it probably killed. I mean, like
Yeah.
they didn't know that, but I was
Right, right.
like I'm in tears. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to talk to them, be motivational, and I always tell them like, hey, look, there's an identity on your jersey and your name's on the back, and today you made them both proud. And I just
Yeah.
started to like not ball, but I was like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even get that out. I was just so. I'm looking around and you've seen it yourself being competitive. You've
Yeah.
got the kids just, and
Totally.
you're like, how can you be like, how can I even say anything right now when they're dealing? This is
Yeah.
how they're coping with this, So
One, something people I don't think about enough is at the end of a season, like that's the last time that group's going to be together. You might
right,
have a core, or even you might bring just about everybody back, and it can still be
okay,
special, but like one person being out can change a dynamic.
yeah, right,
And so there's this element of like there's almost mourning that too.
right,
And you honestly, even when you win, that's there. Of like this is the last time this group's together.
right.
Like
No,
this or this class. So
exactly.
there's but then when you lose, you don't get to go out with the feel goods. Like
Right. No, I get
man,
that completely. I get that.
yeah. Like
So
I
I
don't think
mean,
people talk about that enough. The people part
no,
of it.
no, and I think that's the human side of it is,
Hmm.
like it goes back to that guy that you said was yelling at you at the game.
Yeah.
People tend to forget that you're human still. I mean, they're and I have a hard time remembering myself. I'll watch a football game and I'm like, oh man, he dropped the ball. I'm like, he's a kid.
I know. I was just talking to my boss the other day because he was talking about Texas and in the NIL era,
Yeah.
where you look at a roster and you're like, there's millions of dollars invested in this.
Oh
Like
yeah.
just NIL alone. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what I hate about it. Because
Absolutely.
because there is a sense of responsibility. Like you are being paid to be here. Like I'm in the whatever way that it's allowed now. And
Right.
but I've mixed feelings about NIL. I'm not a hater or anything.
Right.
Because they're marketed like they're professionals. The schools are making money off them.
Right.
But on the other side, it's like, so now you've accepted this money. There, like you don't get to just accept money and not be held accountable to things.
That's right.
And
That's right.
so that's what's hard is
Right.
you're like, these kids are like Archie Manning. What he's a freshman, right?
I think so.
Like
Yeah.
he's a baby.
Yeah.
And and part of that's just the role of the quarterback. Like
Yeah.
it's some of it is what it is. But you look at that and you're like, he's still a kid.
Yeah.
How much money is he? It just gets messier.
It's
It was easy to be like, they're a kid, they don't get paid before. And now it's like, well, man, now they're making buku dollar.
yep.
Like I want to see them play well.
It's not supposed to be life changing money, but they
Yeah.
they should get paid, but it shouldn't be life changing money.
Right.
Like the guy that was from California that went to Tennessee, the quarterback,
Yeah,
and then he's back. I think he went to UCLA
I think so. I think you're right.
because it didn't work out for him. But Tennessee was
Hmm.
going to pay him $8 million, and he hadn't even gotten there yet. And I'm like, are you
Crazy.
kidding me? But
Crazy.
sometimes it doesn't work out. You can spend all that money on somebody, and it's a
Right.
gamble. I mean, no matter what.
For sure. I
Well,
totally agree.
so what are you real quick because I know you
Yeah.
got to go. But what are you doing these days? Can we? I mean, what is something that are you what are you using your platform for anything? Are you Do you flash the
Yeah.
rings a little bit? Do you?
I don't. No, I
I'm kidding. I
don't.
didn't. I don't want to make you sound like you were like
No.
I'm better than you. I'm kidding.
No. I only pull those out when I go to Gainesville
There you
for
go.
usually celebratory things. No, so I work at my church now. I'm in student ministry.
Okay.
So I'm full time at my church working with teenagers.
Very
I
nice.
love it. It's crazy sometimes, but
Yeah.
definitely in my wheelhouse. And my husband is a charter fisherman, so Lucky Strike Fishing Charters. I help with all the back end stuff down here in Naples.
Nice.
Um, yeah, and
So,
then I mean I do softball camps occasionally. I do some lessons here and there for catchers. Um, but yeah, I kind of just do my thing now. I made a somewhat of an exit from softball, and it was
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. But I mean, you miss it though, right?
I miss the people,
Would,
and I
yeah.
miss the like just the outlet to compete like that. Like it was
Right.
fun.
Right.
But my body was tired. I mean, I caught for over 20 years, so my body
Yeah.
was ready. Um, and I think I was just like ready for my next chapter.
Yeah.
Really, I could not, other than a gold medal at the Olympics, I couldn't ask for much more out of my career.
Right.
I got to live out pretty much every dream I ever had, and that is more of a gift than I could ever understand. So,
True.
um,
It's true.
yeah, so I didn't have any regrets about my career. Um, because sometimes you just lose, like it sucks, but
Yeah.
sometimes you just lose. Um, but from my personal approach to the game, I was all in when I played, so I had
Yeah.
no regrets, and I'm
Gotcha.
really grateful for that.
Well, I mean, you had a great career. I've always been a fan.
Thank
Um,
you.
and like I had Kirsty on, she talked so
Hmm.
much, highly about you, and I finally got to meet you
Yeah, I
a
know.
while back at our
Yeah,
church, and that was awesome. You
yeah,
have to come back again. It was
I
visit.
know. Y'all got a great
Um,
church.
yes, it's very cool. But I really appreciate your time today.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to sign off.
Hmm.
But I wish you the best. And if you ever think about coaching or anything like that, you should definitely do that. Or
Thank you.
you should do YouTube tutorials. You should get that knee slide down. I'm telling
I
you, you
know.
get
I don't know if my
people.
knees could do it on that level anymore.
I don't know how you did it to begin with when you had
Yeah.
knees. I don't know. I could. There's no
I
way.
I was at a catching camp this summer and I did a throwing demo. I threw like 12 balls and it was so much fun for 12.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
like,
yeah.
as far as like max effort, I'm doing it. My shoulder hurts so bad.
Oh yeah, oh
I was like, and that's all we got. We're not doing any more for the
yeah.
next 3 years.
Right, right. You're like, I'm good for a while.
Yeah.
I hope somebody videoed it because that's all you get.
Yeah, for sure. And I was going up, it was me and Jazzy Burns, who's gonna be at Texas Tech.
Okay.
She's a stud, but she's like 5'2" and I'm 5'10. And
Yeah.
so it was like kind of demonstrating the contrast and just like you maximizing your body and all that.
Right.
And so they're all like, I mean, I'm like, this girl is in college still. She's in her prime. I'm
Yeah.
retired. Like, set the expectations here, folks. It was way fun. Way fun. But I
Uh,
was like, yeah, no, my shoulder is crushed.
yeah. Yeah. Which rightfully so, but you got all the hardware that goes with it. So
Yeah,
it was well worth it. I'm telling
it was.
you. Well, Aubree, thank you so much for joining us today. And I wish you the best, like I said again. And thanks for coming on. And we can't wait to see what good things you do in the future. And those kids are lucky to have you down in South
Thank
Florida.
you.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
So, guys, it's about that time. I want to thank our special guest, Aubree Munro, today, and thank you for her time. I want to thank my sponsors. Without your help and support, this is not possible. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and follow on Spotify for full content, full episodes on there. And until next time, see you later. Have a good one. Bye, guys.